trying a different angle because, well, I'm doing some rearranging. So, I used to have a set of dresser that was sitting right here. It's now over there because I gotta make room for some more DVDs and Blu-rays. So here we go. This is my December haul. This would include my Christmas gifts. So this is what I picked up between November and of course now Christmas. So yeah, I thought I better do this right now because Christmas season isn't over, but I know what I'm going to be getting movie-wise is pretty much done for Christmas. So I'm going to start off right here. These are items I've gotten myself. However, only one of these is a Christmas gift. So actually, this is mostly a Christmas gift to me. So we're going to start off here. This is what I just picked up. This is the red hot stuff. Really proud to get this one on Blu-ray. It's Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, a nice digibook version. I remember seeing this when I was I was a senior in high school, because we were studying, definitely your government classes, which you have to take. We were talking about, going to the Senate and things like that, and so our teacher ended up showing us Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. It's all about, about this guy going into the Senate, played by James Stewart, Frank Capra film from 1939. This was the film that, this was made before It's a Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life came out in 1942, and this one came out in 1939, just before Jimmy Stewart ended up going to war, World War II. So yeah, we got this nice digibook. Sony went all out on this. There's some nice photos and things like that. Talk about the restoration, because the film has suffered some damage throughout the years, and talk about the digital restoration. And this, of course, is mastered, fully restored and mastered in the 4K format. So, yeah, really glad to have this. This is such a good movie. Next up, I've started to collect more TV shows. Found these really cheap for what they are. It's The Big Bang Theory, seasons 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. Actually, I have yet to watch this show. I know, shame on me. I do know Sheldon. Of course, everyone knows Sheldon. Bazinga. This one, I was kind of hoping my brother would get me because I got him both movies, but he wasn't so kind to me. And it's the Jonathan Lebsman, Michael Bay, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I said in my review, I don't hate this. I didn't think it was great, but I didn't think it was all that bad. I didn't think it was all that bad, but I think the reason why I didn't think it was all that bad because my standards were pretty low walking into this because it's Michael Bay. Hello. But I thought the turtles looked all right. I mean, for being computer graphics, I thought they looked pretty cool. Now this is the one that was the Christmas gift, and I waited. I waited for him to give it to me, but I had bought it for him, and that's Guardians of the Galaxy from Marvel. I gotta say this: I used to brag on Disney on their Blu-rays. Now they're just kind of blah. This was a big action summer blockbuster. yeah, there's no slip cover. There is some bonus features, but it's just bare bones. The only way you can get a nice, decent addition to this if you get the 3D version. I didn't even see it that way in the theater. It was not intended to be in 3D because it was a lot of the Marvel movies. They're shot in 2D, then post-converted. So no, I stay away from I try to stay away from post-conversion 3D movies. You may say, how can you tell? Well, if you go into IMDb, look up the technical specs, and see if there's any company that's listed for 3D conversion, that's when you know that there is some 3D conversion going on. Sometimes they do shoot in 3D, but they may have the second or third unit go in 2D, so they have to convert it. But next up, we got Edge of Tomorrow. And no, this movie is not called Live, Die, Repeat, like it says on the cover. I don't know why Warner Brothers did this. It's called Edge of Tomorrow. But I looked on the internet, according to the UK. In the UK, in other countries, it's known as Live, Die, Repeat. But it's really called Edge of Tomorrow. But instead, they had to put Live, Die, Repeat. It's even fooling the freaking pay-per-view. And this just caused confusion. Next up, I got X-Men Days of Future Past. Continuing my X-Men collection. This may be a little strange on how I'm going to categorize this when I put it on my shelving, but I would, this is just continue on with X-Men First Class. But I just wish they would give X-Men a little bit of a break, because I don't know. I know. Hugh Jackman said that he's tired of playing Wolverine. So we'll see what happens there. Next up, upgraded my copy of 2001: A Space Odyssey on Blu Ray. Best Buy's been having some killer end of the year deals. They usually do. So a lot of their catalog titles are $5, or actually this was $6. So they have some titles by MGM that's $5. They've got some $7 titles, and they've got some 2-packs, and they've got catalog titles from Warner Brothers and Fox that are about $5, $6 a piece. So, which I think I better do this one next, and it's Heat. Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Val Kilmer. Yeah. Got that one for about the same price. So, a lot of good catalog stuff. If you don't have a lot of catalog, if you want to build up your Blu-ray collection or upgrade a lot of your catalog DVDs, hey, stop in Best Buy. Now this one, I've been waiting and waiting for the price to come down. It never has, unfortunately, because it came out when Blu-ray was still pretty new, I guess. When Blu-rays were running about $30 a piece. This one I had been waiting on. My brother had first picked it up about a year ago. He shows it to me and says, "You ever seen this?" And I thought, no, this is really interesting because it's one of my favorite bands. And it's The History of the Eagles. Yeah, you'll find these in the music section of your Best Buy. Be careful not to get the DVD edition because it looks very similar in the case. Yeah, this is the Blu-ray edition, and it's a very insightful documentary film. It also has, it's a 2-part documentary film on 2 Blu-rays, and it has a concert Blu-ray which is at the Capitol Center in March of 1977. Yeah, just a nice documentary about this band. Probably one of my favorite bands of the 70s, and in terms of 70s music, 70s rock and roll. If this band came out today, they would definitely be country. Even their rock and roll stuff would be country. But they talk about that and how that was part of their sound. They wanted to go for more of a country bluegrass-like sound and mix it with rock and roll, and how they kind of got in trouble with their first producer. And it talks about how the band came together, how they disbanded, in 1980. And it's really heartbreaking why they disbanded, and it's just really upsetting. Okay, next up, I gotta go through my stuff here, see where I'm at. That's what I got just now. Now here's throughout the month, and as you can see, there's a lot of stuff. So I'll start with this pile right here. We have the sequel to 300 Rise of the Empire. Terrible movie. I actually hated this movie. If you're going to watch 300, watch this one. I'm sorry. The sequel really stunk, and it's a shame, and I'm just ashamed to know that Zack Snyder wrote this. He knows better. This was just garbage. The Giver, I have yet to watch. I've heard not so good things about it, but I've heard mixed things. Yeah, it's coming at that time. We got the Hunger Games and stuff like that, and this fits right into that same category, the young adult novel about a dystopian universe. Got this one at Walmart on Black Friday. Day after Black Friday. They still had some of the Black Friday deals out. Because usually Black Friday now is not just Black Friday. It's now Black Tuesday, or whatever they're starting to call it, Gray Tuesday or whatever, or Gray Thursday. Then it's Black Friday, and then it continues on through Saturday and Sunday. I got Flight, and I also got, on the same day, Breakfast at Tiffany's. I don't know really why I picked this up, even though it's kind of a chick flick. I got, what's interesting about this, it talks about, there's an interesting feature on here about the Mickey Rooney character, talking about the racial stereotypes, definitely of Hollywood at that point, and quite frankly, yeah, it is a racial stereotype, but he was not, I don't think Mickey Rooney was out to offend anybody. I just personally think that he realized that this guy was just a funny little character, and he just wanted to, be funny, and I don't think he was really out to upset anybody or anybody's race or nationality. And anyway, moving on. Got the nice Best Buy pop art steelbook of Das Boot, or as we like to say in English, The Boot. Little Austin Powers reference. But yeah, the classic Wolfgang Petersen Blu Ray. If you have the standard edition Blu Ray, you're not missing out. It's just they've just done a redo of the art and made the steelbook. But if you have the Blu Ray edition, which also does include the theatrical cut and the theatrical cut and the director's cut. Wolfgang Petersen's first or one of his first movies. Next up, we got two adaptations of A Christmas Carol. I got the George C. Scott version and the original Alastair Sim version. Of course, both. You saw my movie of the week. We talk about, the different adaptations of A Christmas Carol. Sorry, little bug on my bed. I had to kill him. Next up, never owned this in the collection, but I remember seeing it in the when it was hitting the college circuit through piracy. The Boondock Saints. Never saw the sequel, but I did see this one. Had a friend a roommate in college. He downloaded it, and as he had heard about it, sneaking about that it was trying to find a distributor, and so he ended up getting online and finding the version, downloading it, and watching it. I ended up watching it with him. Next up, part of my John Wayne, Big Jake. Yeah, I tried to find another copy of this so my old man could get a copy for Christmas, but instead I got him Hondo. Anything John Wayne, I could get him, and he's satisfied. Next up, I've probably already shown this, but I'll show it again. It's the sing-along edition of Annie. Sorry if I showed it before, but yeah. Here's Annie. Now the next side. Been doing a lot of stuff with FYE, and I end up getting the Rocky Horror Picture Show. This, of course, is the Fox Connect slipcover, but if you pull the slipcover off, it's just the standard Blu-ray edition. Even though there is a nice digibook edition of this, the disc content is the same. Even though digibooks are nice, they are kind of expensive, but if you can get it for, let's see, $15 and just get the standard edition, you get the same features, you just don't get that nice digibook. Next up is Red 2 with Bruce Willis, John Malkovich, let's see, Mary Louise Parker, Anthony Hopkins, Helen Mirren, Catherine Zeta-Jones, and Brian Cox. Yeah, there you go. Next up, upgraded my copy of Scrooge. I just got this one. I got this one yesterday. This past weekend as well. Yeah, I wish I put my DVD copy in here. So, I wish there was some bonus features on here because apparently Bill Murray hates this movie. Bill Murray, why are you so uptight, man? You've always been that way, but also another upgrade of the Robe in high definition Blu-ray, and I really like this edition. Even though it's kind of a standard catalog Fox title, but there's some nice bonus material on this, talking about CinemaScope. Because this was the first movie in CinemaScope. The DVD I had no features. It just had some trailers from other films. This has actually all kinds of stuff. As you can see, there's a whole list of things right there. Okay, now we're going to get into some TV shows. Like I said, I started to collect. Finally finished them, or brought them up to date. We got Season 1, Season 4, and Season 5 of Highway to Heaven. Which all I needed because there's only 5 seasons in this entire series. It would have been longer hadn't Victor French here, Michael Landon's partner, Victor French, had he not died. He died of lung cancer while the season 5 was in post-production. And the last episode is a Christmas episode. Then they decided to part ways with the TV show. And plus, Michael Landon, he felt he couldn't continue on without Victor Fringe at his side. So, can't blame him there. Speaking of Michael Landon, like I said before, we started Little House on the Prairie with that nice little Christmas DVD, but now we've got the Blu-rays. We got Season 1, Season 2, Season 3. Now, I know there's a lot more seasons to this show than just 3. That's because they have not been released yet. I thought they had already been released, but apparently not. There is a box set available, but it's kind of expensive. But I'll get them as they come out. So season 4 should be coming out January the 20th. So yeah, I'll be looking to adding Little House on the Prairie. Yes, I got a thing for Michael Landon and Little House. And no, not last, sorry. Last of the TV shows. I've got the rest of MASH. It took me several weeks to accomplish. Mostly getting two seasons a weekend. They're about $20 a piece. I've already got Season 1. We got Season 2. Season 3. Season 4. Had to replace the case on this one because the inside had busted. We got Season 5. And this is the last one with Frank Burns. Season 6, where they get Major Winchester. Season 7. Season 8. Season 9. Season 10. And Season 11. Now, Season 11, I was contemplating looking online to see if I could find a Goodbye, Farewell, and Amen in case Season 11 didn't have it. They do. Downside to this. The edition that had Goodbye, Farewell, and Amen alone on it had a bonus disc that was all about the TV show, all about the making of the TV show, and it has a couple of reunion specials on it. I mean, it's a really nice 2-disc edition. But this, you just get Goodbye, Farewell, and Amen as the last episode. And it's on disc 3. So disc 3 alone is just Goodbye, Farewell, and Amen, which was the 2-hour ending movie, made-for-TV movie. Still, to this day, is the most watched television program of all time. Now, for the last little section, got about 5 Blu-rays here. One of them I may have shown before, but I don't recall. First off, we got UHF from Shout Factory. Had to order this off of Amazon. I couldn't find it in the store. But yeah, it's available on Amazon through Shout Factory. And Shout Factory Blu-rays they're really nice, you know, because these movies that are not that's not even a word. They're not real successful, but they've gained a kind of a following throughout the years. UHF, the reason how it got its following, because it was a bomb even on home video, but however, when DVD rolled around, MGM got a hold of rights, and because of it was originally released by Orion Pictures, MGM, it was the first top-selling DVD for some reason. But then MGM eventually sold or licensed out the rights to Shout Factory, and they come out with this nice special edition, which has, let's see, a retrospective panel from the San Diego Comic-Con 2014, audio commentary, deleted scenes, behind-the-scenes footage, music video, production stills, Easter eggs, promotional materials, reversible cover art. And of course, that's pretty much a standard with Shout Factory releases. Of course, I'll show you the disc here. This is the, of course, the cover art that they've come up with. And this is what the disc looks like. And in here, if you can see that, it has the original video art, which would be on the DVD slash VHS, I guess. And the San Diego Comic-Con thing is really interesting to watch, because it's Weird Al talking about UHF, talking about his career. And of course, there was another release that Shout Factory did in coherence to this called The Complete Al. So I didn't kill that bug. But yeah, it's nice Blu-ray edition to a cheesy movie. Next up, through Disney Movie Rewards, upgraded my copy of Unbreakable, one of M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong's best movies. Probably this is one of his better movies, actually. And this is the one I can't remember if I've shown before, and it's Transformers: Age of Extinction. And of course, I thought this was okay, but it's not great. Pretty innovative Blu-ray, because this is the first Blu-ray release with Dolby Atmos attached to it. So yeah. However, if you don't have a Dolby Atmos system in your house, which you can do if you have a Blu-ray player with a headphone jack, plug in a set of headphones. You will get the full Dolby Atmos experience if you do that. Next up, I got one Criterion, and it is Tootsie. This, of course, is the classic Dustin Hoffman film. How in the world Criterion got a hold of this, we don't know. There was a gentleman at Barnes & Noble. He saw me checking this out, and he said, we don't know what they're... He said, we're trying to figure out why they picked this, because Criterion is a little strange. They could pick up a movie 1 minute that's, you know, kind of an art classic, and that didn't do so well at the box office, but then they'll pick up a blockbuster like Tootsie. So, yeah. And last but not least, I finally got Ted on Blu-ray. Got this the Saturday after Black Friday. Paid $7 for this beast. So, yeah. Also, I forgot another Blu-ray. Let me find it here. Speaking of Seth MacFarlane, here's A Million Ways to Die in the West. Yeah, I forgot to put that one in. So, yeah. Hey, I forgot one. Forgot another one. You know? And it's The Maze Runner. Forgot to show that one off. So, yeah, that's another one I picked up. You know, part of the collection. You know, it's not, again, it's kind of like The Giver. You know, it falls within the same vein of these, you know, the Hunger Games like stories. And even though this one didn't do as well as what they thought, they're still making the sequel. So it'd be interesting to see what turns out of that. So that's the haul for Christmas and December. So got a lot of stuff. I also got some VHS. I don't know if I want to show those because I'm going through and getting a lot of VHS, but it's mostly double dipping of movies I already have and that I really enjoy, except for one, and that is I got an original CBS box double tape version of My Fair Lady. So from me to you, see you later.